Another midday broadcast with the Forecast Edge. Matthew here. So today we are going to be going over the State of the Union Forecast Edge Alert play. Here we are. Okay, this was the four-legged play that we put on our Kalshi, which is again a predictive market platform, and these were predictive market contracts that we took. So, as always, we'll go over it from start to finish. Here is our thesis. The speech writing corridor. We are exploiting a fundamental mispricing on Kalshi ahead of the State of Union address on February 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is today, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, that is today. So, the retail public is trading a personality thesis, betting on the president's unscripted rally habits and personal obsession like the White House ballroom renovations. Okay. We are trading the speech writing thesis, leveraging the strict discipline, teleprompter adherence, and historical templates of a formal joint session address. Okay. This is why we are buying the portfolio. Why we buy the portfolio? By weighing four specific contracts, we create a risk-adjusted corridor. You aren't just betting on a single word, you are betting on the structural predictability of conservative speech writing, okay? Now, what this does for us is it lowers our risk, right? We have a limit to our downside by heavily anchoring the portfolio in near certain policy mandates and historical State of the Union precedences. Okay? Now, here's the high ROI. This is why we think this is going to be a good play. Okay, because we are mathematically blending high probability structural anchors with high expected value variances, plays to maximize our portfolio's yield. Okay, so here is our portfolio calculator. Okay, this is going to be 100 units total. So on the anchor leg, it's going to be 55 units, which will be the words ICE and trillion. And on the alpha legs, it will be 45 units, which will be the words fraud and nuclear. Okay, now the expiration on these is going to be February 28th, 2026. Okay, now the deployment matrix. Here's the best part about our one of our founders and our partner Thomas. This is our saying. If you can click it, you can trade it. Right here on our Edge Alerts, you can click right into the link that we want you guys to be becoming involved with. It takes you to the contract that we're putting our positions on. As you can see it right here, right? And this is very exciting stuff. This is going to be starting today at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have plays for this exact contract here. Now, we will go here, right? And this is going to be the anchor leg, okay? These are going to be the anchors, these next two. So the first one is we are going to be buying, our Edge Alert went off to buy yes at 87 cents, okay? With a 35% allocation. And the logic behind this is the border mandate. Catalyst being the border enforcement is the central non-negotiable policy theme of the administration, right? We know that that's what that's one of their main priorities in this administration is the border and the governance of the border, okay? So, leg number two is going to be the EV engine, okay? This is buying, yes, to fraud at 80 cents. These are leg one. These are legs 1 and 2 of our four-legged play, and this is on the anchor side, okay? Great. So this is going to be yes to fraud at 80 cents with a 30% allocation, and this is the conservative boilerplate, right? The catalyst is at a 25% return on investment. This is the highest structural expected value position, okay? Waste, fraud, and abuse is a standard required speech writing phrase for discussing government spending and inflation. Even if the speech shifts into a grievance regarding the deep state or elections, this word acts as a rhetorical bridge protecting our position. Okay, and again, these are going to be 55 units total in our unit calculator. So you can do what I did is 25 here, and I can re-engage today too. 25 of the of ice, and I did 30 of the fraud. Okay, that's how I executed these positions, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment too. Now, here is the leg, the first leg of our second part here, of our four-legged play. This is going to be part of the alpha leg. So this is the dampener. We are going to be buying, right? This is the position buying, yes, at 94 cents, which is practically a sure thing. And mind you, this is buying, yes, to trillions, okay? And if you see here, okay, the allocation on this one we're giving is 20%. The stabilization yield, like I said, this is a practically a guaranteed that it's going to be said, and it always is. Here's the catalyst. It is nearly impossible to give highly anticipated speech on the U.S. low yields or U.S. inflation and government spending without using trillion scale numbers. Okay, they speak in trillions when they're talking about things of inflation and government spending and other things of that nature. And this is a low yield saving account using we're using this play to strictly dampen the portfolio's variance and volatility, and to pay, again, we make 6 cents on these if the pay or if it matures to the full dollar as predictive market contracts do. That's just covering our cost to get involved in these trades. Now this is the exciting part. Okay, the variance. Now, it is yes to nuclear at 77 cents. Okay, and this is leg 2 of the anchor. Yes to nuclear at 77 cents is where our edge alert went off at, okay, with a 15% allocation. Great. Now, we're going to go here, and this is saying the variance, yes to nuclear at 77%, 15%. The geopolitical surprise. The catalyst is we are capitalizing on 2 separate macro events. The ongoing high-stake talks regarding nuclear enrichment paired with his push for domestic energy dominance, okay? This is the most disposable word in our portfolio. That's why we're keeping this at a strict 15% allocation to limit the exposure while capturing all upside. Again, the goal is for all 4 of our legs to mature to that full dollar. As again, predictive market contracts, they trade in the range from 0.01% all the way to $1, okay? And another way to think of it, as I always mention, is that you're thinking of these things in probabilities. The probability that this will happen over this outcome, right? That's what these predictive markets and the predictive market contracts revolve around, is probability in the moment that at this time, and or just kind of like a futures contract. It's saying the probability of this being the case at this time, and there's many things that will play in a role into it, but here is our money management. This is the exact risk management we're taking on our position here. Trading live word markets during a broadcast is a trap for retail investors. I'll say it again. Trading live word markets during a broadcast is a trap for retail investors, okay? The order book becomes illiquid. The bid and ask spread widens massively. The Kalshi API is faster than your television feed. Again, the Kalshi API is faster than your television screen. And this is our golden rule. Your positioning sizing, as in the contract that we created, right, is your stop loss. That is your stop loss. And with all the allocations provided, we won't let it go any more than those percents against us. Which good news is we'll get into it in a minute. This one already is working in our favor. Again, this is the most recent edge alert off of the State of the Union, which begins today at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So check this. Um, do not attempt to day trade the speech. Once he starts talking, you set the portfolio and you let the math do the work. Don't just predict profit, okay? Again, and this is not financial advice. Prediction markets involve high risk. Only trade with capital you can afford to lose. But we are showing you our trade. This is the exact trade we're taking. We're sharing our trade ideas here at the Forecast Edge with you guys, with the public, and with the members of our uh, trading community, which is the Forecast Edge Substack, right? We have over 120 people now. And if you are interested, what you need to do is you go to our website, theforecastedge.com, okay? And on the right-hand side of the website, you join the war room. That's where you'll select which plan is right for you, and then you'll be granted access to our Edge Alerts via our Substack. And again, the Substack makes trading user friendly and exciting. Each of these thumbnails is a trade idea that we provide. And look at some of the returns on this: 190% in 3 days, right? Or 271%, 145%. Here's one of my favorite ones for all you Tesla whales out there: a 307% gain on these positions. And look, this is the exact play that we did. TSLA December 19th, 460 calls. Our entry price was $7.90. That was a premium contract, and our exit price was $32.20. Okay. And that was a net profit of 307%, 4 times return the investment. Right here, we'll show you too. On our last play, the IBIT trade that we took, this was the Bitcoin, the iShares Bitcoin ETF, the trust, okay? If you were to put $100 up, you would have gotten $502 off of that 100. Again, that is a 502% return on your investment for some of these plays, and these are just a handful of them. For that Tesla one, if you put 100 up, you would have made $307 on your 100. Okay, so now what we can do too is we can go. I will go over one more, and here's that play I was just telling you guys about. Okay, this was the January 29th, 2026. The iShares, the Bitcoin iShares Trust ETF. We had these contracts. It shows you exactly what to do right here. Entry limit price on the IBIT Feb 6th, $47 puts. This was $1.05. These got up to $975 plus dollars per contract. Okay, $9.75 each contract. And down here, these were the ones we just went over. These were the $46. IBIT February 6th, $46 puts. These ones got us all the way to $4 in 35 cents, 50 cents, and higher. That's just where we covered our position. So I will be back in just one moment. What we are going to do here is execute a trade using the Kalshi platform. So give me just one moment, my friends. Okay. So what we are going to do now is execute a trade, and I'm going to show you how user friendly it really is um, when it comes to our edge alerts here. Okay, so this is going to be um, let's go here. Just one moment. One moment. State of the Union. Like I said, if you can click it, you can trade it, right? Kalshi trade link right here. This is the exact contract that we are getting involved with. Okay, now we had trillions at 95 cents here, right? We said 94 cents. It's trading at 95. It's still a good time to get involved in these trades here, okay? So buying this in dollars, we'll buy $15 worth, right? Payout if yes, you get 15. Let's see. Look, it's almost a sure thing. You're practically just getting your money back. It's becoming safe money, a safe money play. Watch this. 15. And again, you can also do it like this, buying contracts, 55 of them, right? Buying contracts, 55. Buying yes. And you could buy in dollars, right? So today we're going to buy in dollars. I'm going to put $5 for the trillion, okay? Matter of fact, we'll do $7.50. Okay. So we're in on our trillions here, okay? Next up, we are moving on to, and I'll close this real quick. We move to, let's see, fraud here. Fraud is already moved 9 cents. We said that we were going to get in at 80 cents. It's already at 89. Again, what we're going to do today, we're buying yes, putting 5 of them on, and this one has already worked in our favor 9 cents since the original edge alert went off, okay? So, next up on our list, right here, ICE and National Guard. This is trading exactly where we wanted you guys to get in the first place, or I'm getting in, or what our trade idea is to be getting in. I'm going $5 on this one here. Okay? Going here. Let's see this. Okay. And then last but not least, nuclear. And look, this one's already gone 10 cents in our favor. Our edge alert went off at 77 cents. Right now, it's trading at 86 cents, and I'm getting in on 5 of that also. So each of my positions is 5. Again, I can go to my portfolio now, and you can see each of my positions that have been executed, okay? So, with this being said, that's going over our State of the Union predictive market Kalshi play. All right. So now I'm going to show you another one of our plays here. This one is going to be an options play. Okay. So what I mean by that is that we're trading the XLE June 18th $50 calls. Okay. Now, this was going to be the catch-up trade for our hard assets. Silver was up 7%. Uranium was up 6%. Oil was our last hard asset, lagging at our launch pad, right? Prediction markets mispriced the immediate risk of war at 1% versus 53% by June. We are buying the inevitable repricing. Now, here's the position contract XLE June 18th, $50 calls, okay? In the strike context was deep liquidity, value rotation, and inflation hedge. Okay, entry price on this one was $5.15 to $5.25. We got filled at the perfect median, right? $5.20. So going back here real quick, um, this is going to be our strike context, deep liquidity, value rotation, inflation hedge, right? The portfolio shield IV rank is at 6%, which is historically cheap. We are buying insurance for pennies. Stock replacements, the $53 of equity at $5.25 limits our downside risk if oil crashes, but captures 100% of the upside risk if no landing continues. Okay. Now, this is a core holding. Do not be shook out by minor noise. Also, jumping to our contract here, you can see that this has 114 days till expiration. You have plenty of time on these contracts, so don't be shook out for no reason. We have time on our hands. That's what's great about the Greeks and the options contracts, is that we have a lot of time on our hands with this one. So do not be shook out of that. Okay? Now, we've went over our edge alerts today. We've gone over the State of the Union, which again begins today at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 or 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And for those of you who would like to be a part of our trading community, what you need to do is go to our website, theforecastedge.com. That is where you'll find on the right-hand side of your screen, join War Room. When you go and join our War Room, you're going to put your information in, select which plan's right for you, and then you'll be granted access to our edge alerts, which are going to be posted on Substack in our Substack trading community. Again, each of the thumbnails you see in front of you here represents another one of our trade ideas, and we give you guys the reason, the thesis, why we're getting into the trade, the exact contracts that we're trading, and then the exact risk management that we are going to be following ourselves when executing these positions. And the rules of engagement will change as the week progresses and these contracts and positions mature. But for the intraday session, we go live every day for the midday broadcast, and that is where you can see us manage these positions live right in front of you. Again, I'm happy to help anybody who needs help executing or understanding a little better how to use these predictive markets in these predictive market contracts. Okay. Now, with that being said, remember to like and subscribe, leave your trade ideas in our or in the comments. Also, if you guys are interested in us covering any other platforms for trading 101 ideas here at the Forecast Edge, we're happy to do so. So I would really appreciate the feedback. And again, happy trading. We wish you the best. The State of the Union begins today, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. 8 p.m. for Central Standard Time. Catch it. We're going to be here covering it live every day of the week, monitoring these positions that we just put on today. And again, if you need help, you guys can always direct message us, and we are happy to do so. We also coach traders every day. So that is something that we want people to be comfortable trading and learning how to trade financial instruments, including these predictive market contracts. Okay, guys? So with that being said, don't just predict, profit, and we will catch you in the next one.